Have you ever tried to fast, only to find yourself staring at the clock, counting down the minutes until you can finally eat again? You start your day with the best intentions, highly motivated to give your digestive system a break. But by hour 12, your brain turns into a relentless food marketing machine. Suddenly, all you can think about is a warm, cheesy slice of pizza, a crispy burger, or that leftover chocolate cake in the fridge. You try to read, you try to work, but the phantom smell of food haunts you. If you have ever experienced this agonizing mental loop, you are not alone. Today, we are going to uncover exactly why your brain tortures you with thoughts of food during a fast, and more importantly, how you can flip the switch. We are going to explore how to stop obsessing over your next meal, and instead, use this powerful time for deep, life-changing introspection. To understand why you cannot stop thinking about food, you first need to understand the profound difference between what your body is doing and what your mind is doing. Most of us believe that when our stomach rumbles loudly during a fast, we are experiencing true, life-threatening hunger. But the reality is quite different. When you do a strict water fast, true physical hunger actually disappears, and the sensation of an empty stomach only really manifests during the first few days. After that initial period, your body comfortably switches to burning its own stored energy. So, if your body is not actually starving, why is your mind screaming for a snack? The answer lies in your psychological conditioning. We maintain a very strong psychological association with food, which serves as an escape route for our emotions. And this is so deeply ingrained that it even causes us to have vivid dreams about food we do not even normally eat. Think about your normal everyday life. When you feel stressed after a long day at work, what do? You probably eat. When you feel sad, lonely, or bored, you open the pantry. When you want to celebrate, you go out for dinner. For decades, you have used food not just as fuel, but as a universal emotional crutch. When you remove that crutch by fasting, you are suddenly left face to face with yourself, completely alone, without the usual tools you use to cope when you are in your house. If you feel tired, sad, or stressed, you might normally turn on the TV to disconnect, call a friend, or go out for a few drinks. But during a true introspective fast, you are stripped of those distractions. You are forced to feel your feelings without numbing them with sugar or carbohydrates. That intense discomfort you feel is not your stomach begging for calories. It is your mind panicking because it has lost its favorite pacifier. This brings us to a beautiful concept introduced by the famous fasting expert Dr. Otto Buchinger. He explained that fasting is a moment of maximum receptivity. He believed that a person who fasts and does not take advantage of the possibility of metanoia, which means a profound, curative inner change, might be missing the greatest opportunity of their entire life. You see, fasting is not just a physical detox. In the words of Chrysostomo, the ancient patriarch of Constantinople, fasting is the food of the soul. When your body is not using massive amounts of energy to digest heavy meals, all that vital energy is redirected upward into your brain and your spirit. But if you spend all that newly available energy daydreaming about a cheeseburger, you are completely wasting the magic of the process. So, how do we break this obsessive cycle? The very first step actually begins before the fast even starts. One of the biggest mistakes people make is eating a massive, heavy, junk food-filled meal right before they begin their fast. They think, I am not going to eat tomorrow, so I better eat everything I can today. This is a terrible idea. The more intoxicated your organism is, and the more abruptly you enter the fast, the more annoying and intense the purification effects will be during the first few days. To avoid this mental and physical crash, you need a transition. A preparation diet is especially necessary to prevent heavy detoxification crises because entering a fast abruptly overloads your elimination organs. By eating a clean, light, plant-based diet for a few days before you start, you gently lower your blood sugar and calm your nervous system. If your preparation diet is done correctly, the fast itself will be much simpler. You will experience fewer discomforts, and it will be much easier to not throw in the towel during the first few days. Once you are in the fast, you must actively shift your focus. It is very helpful to remember that the focus of a vacation is outward. You look to have fun and be distracted. But the focus of a fast is entirely inward, rediscovering your own self and awakening your organism's healing power. Fasting is a great time to learn how to meditate, to relax, and to find inner calm. When the thought of food arises, do not fight it. Fighting it only gives it more power. Instead, observe it. Ask yourself, am I actually hungry, or am I just feeling anxious? Fasting is the ultimate tool to learn how to differentiate physical hunger from psychological hunger, allowing you to observe your emotions and take back control of your life. Every time you feel a craving, imagine it as a wave in the ocean. It rises, it peaks, and if you just breathe and watch it, it will eventually crash and fade away. It is completely normal for your mind to try and trick you into quitting. Our brains are incredibly clever when it comes to seeking comfort. There are stories of experienced fasters who, despite knowing all the benefits, fell into these mental traps. For example, some people bring a ton of essential work with them to a fasting retreat, stressing out because they think their presence is absolutely necessary for everything to keep functioning. But as the fast progresses, they realize this is just a deception of the mind. The mind creates fake stress and fake urgency to distract you from the silence. Another faster shared that during a retreat, she spent the whole time constantly thinking about food, having a terrible time, to the point that the very first thing she did upon returning home was buy a fancy food processor because of all the recipes she had invented in her head. But in later fasts, when friends called to talk about the restaurants they visited, she realized that hearing about food no longer unbalanced her or made her feel miserable. She had mastered her mind. To achieve this level of mastery, you must engage in active psychological work. Fasting requires self-reflection, self-listening, and self-knowledge, connecting you to a dimension of inner fullness and completeness. When you sit quietly with yourself, you will be amazed at the immense mental clarity that arises to help you face psychological problems like fears, insecurities, and jealousy. You might suddenly understand why a certain relationship is failing, or why you feel stuck in your career. The mind clarifies, and you receive many answers without even having to ask for them. Your intuition becomes razor sharp. Because your intuition and subconscious mind become so active, you will likely experience very vivid dreams. During a fast, many revealing dreams will appear, and sometimes even nightmares. It is highly recommended to keep a notepad and a pen accessible on your nightstand, so you can quickly write down your dreams, even in the dark, before you forget them. Later, you can return to those notes to interpret the deep messages your unconscious is trying to send you. This turns your fast into a profound psychological therapy session. Instead of focusing on what you are not putting into your stomach, you become fascinated by what is coming out of your mind. You also need to understand that the environment you create during your fast is crucial. If you are fasting at home while still cooking for your family and watching food commercials on television, you are playing life on hard mode. The constant calls from the outside world can be very distorting for someone who is fasting. You need peace, calm, and tranquility. You need harmony, affection, respect, and silence. If possible, turn off your phone. Take gentle walks in nature. Read books that nourish your spirit. Interestingly, during a fast, the irrigation of serotonin to the brain actually increases, creating an effect similar to taking antidepressants, but completely naturally. This means your body is chemically trying to make you feel happy and peaceful. You just have to get out of its way. As you progress through the hours and days, you will notice something incredible happening to your perception of the world. time seems to pass more slowly, and life is perceived with much greater clarity and sharpness. Your senses heighten. Fasting improves your sensory functions, sharpening your sense of smell and taste, and even improving your vision. You are essentially upgrading your human hardware. But more importantly, you are upgrading your software. You are proving to yourself that you are not a slave to your impulses. A person who commits to fasting grows in values, like facing unexpected situations, having the courage to look at themselves directly, and connecting with their authentic self. When you successfully navigate a fast without obsessing over food, you realize a beautiful truth. The source of life is not found only in food. Hugs, walks in nature, water, and fresh air are also profound sources of life for someone fasting. You learn that you can be completely full while your stomach is completely empty. The benefits of this realization extend far beyond the days of your fast. When you finish and begin to adapt back to normal eating, everything you learned during this experience can be permanently incorporated into your daily life. You will no longer eat out of boredom, fear, or sadness. You will eat to nourish the amazing vessel that carries you through this world. So the next time you decide to fast, do not look at it as a prison sentence. Do not count the hours like a punishment. Look at it as a sanctuary, a rare, quiet space in this noisy modern world where you can finally sit down, unpack your emotional baggage, and meet the real you. Embrace the emptiness, because within that emptiness is where you will find the answers you have been searching for your entire life. I would love to hear about your experiences. Have you ever tried fasting? And did you find yourself struggling with emotional hunger or constantly obsessing over food? How did you overcome it? Let me know down in the comments below. If you found this video helpful and eye-opening, please hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next video where we will dive deeper into mastering your mind and body. Click the video on the screen right now to keep learning, and I will see you over there.